Hello and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm going to try a little something different for our collective reading today. It's like a collective and specific reading. I'm going to connect to three specific people and channel a message for them, and we'll just kind of see where it goes. Not quite sure if I will do an extended. It will depend on kind of how we feel at the end of this reading. But I did wanted to let you know, I did want to let you know that I am doing a new kind of soul-directed reading, soul-guided reading, where I actually look at the soul energy of a couple or a partnership and see where the soul direction of the partnership is and how it supports and works with the individual soul guided direction as well. So this is a combination of astrology and channeled information. And I've started doing them. They are really fun, really insightful. Could even work for just relationship between two people. Could be mother child, father son, you and your children. Doesn't have to just be romantic partnership. So it's so new that I don't even have it on my website. So if that's something you're interested in learning more about, please just email me. There's an email address below. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get to our first message. Okay, there's a strong Aries energy in this person that I am connecting with. Could have Sun in Aries, Sun in the first house, or just kind of a lot of Aries type fire energy in your chart. Okay, I get 2 for context, 4 of fire and Queen of water. All right, so we've got the beginning of we've got a new birth happening, a new start. But we have a lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion around that new start, that it's almost as if you're kind of stuck in the birth canal. I'm sorry for the graphic image, but this emotional, I want to say hold up or hang up, is keeping you from really easing into this new beginning, this new start for you. There's a lot of resistance on your part. There's a lot of digging in your heels and not wanting to step forward. You kind of have someone in your life right now that is a calm voice of reason. I shouldn't say kind of. You have someone in your life that is a calm voice of reason that is trying to talk you down, trying to talk you through. But despite their efforts, there's still an emotional part of you that's just like, no, I do not want to be doing this. I refuse to be doing this. This is not the direction I want to go. So let me get a message for you about this. This is going to be a long message, it sounds like. We've got 4 cards coming. We've got Justice. We've got 3 of Earth. We've got 7 of Air. And we've got the Magician. You have asked for support. You have asked for help in what you're doing. And then you're at the same time trying to get out of it. In fact, what you're trying to get out of is your own personal kind of culpability and responsibility in this situation. I'm sorry, these cards all just look like a big, colorful jumble. Maybe that's better. So you're trying to get out of your own personal accountability and responsibility in this situation. And that's a choice. And if you choose to make that choice, you're going to create some karma for yourself where you're going to have to go back and learn this lesson a bit harder next time. It's going to be more difficult to learn it. So if you want to take the shorter path this time, this has to do with just owning your choice, owning where you're going, accepting the support that is there for you, accepting the support that wants to help you stay on the path that you have decided to choose. Stay on your path. There is support around you that's helping you stay on your path, but you're doing everything you can to get out of it, to see how little you can get away with. Let me see if I can put that in a different way. It's like doing minimal. So if the teacher says, here's what you need to do to get a C, here's what you need to do to get a B, here's what you need to do to get an A, you're kind of just trying to stay with the C because you're like, but it's still passing. But your soul is like, you have so much more to give. You have so much more to do. This could be bigger. And in fact, it's almost as if you can pay your karma forward. In this case, if you choose to take the full responsibility, you're actually going to pay your karma forward, which is really exciting to me. Meaning you're setting it up for the universe to doubly benefit you when you do the right thing in another situation, which never helps. It's like, it never helps. It never hurts. It's like an unexpected bonus. Okay, then we're going to move on to the next person here. This definitely feels more earth. Which kind of earth? This is more of a Capricorn. Could be a little Taurus. Moving a little slower than a Virgo. But like I said, it's earth. So again, this is someone perhaps with the 10th house emphasized in the chart. This is the house of Capricorn, or just sun or moon in Capricorn. I also think this could be an earth rising. Wasn't feeling that so much with the fire, but with some earth. Okay. Page of Fire and the Lovers. You need to make an important choice about your creative direction for the future. This is so funny compared to that last reading where we had all this. This is so much calmer. But you really need to make a choice as to your creative direction and how you want to use your creative fire, where you want to devote your creative energy. There's a lot of different things pulling at you. Creative doesn't have to mean literally drawing, painting, singing. Creation is anything you're creating, anything you're making, whether you're creating a home, you're creating a community, you're creating more fulfillment at work. It's anything that you're doing with your own energy. That is creation. And there is a big creative time about to unfold for you. And the Lover's card is really asking you to be sure that you're feeling in line with your own integrity with what you're creating, that you're not just kind of going with the flow or kind of going where the wind takes you because that seems like it's the right thing to do. It's about deliberately creating, deliberately being in charge of what you're creating and what you're choosing based on what you're creating. So you're being asked to take a bigger framework, to set out a bigger framework for what you're doing. So, I'll give you a personal example. I moved to a new place and suddenly we're meeting a lot of people and it's really exciting. It's really fun, but I'm finding myself just kind of bouncing around, kind of being pulled in all these different directions and wanting to say yes, but also wanting to have alone time, wanting to do this, wanting to do that, but also not wanting to do it because, I want that time to myself. So what I feel this would mean to me is, what exactly am I creating? I need to deliberately set out to create a balanced life and make my choices in according to that. Or I need to deliberately set out to create a community of X, Y, and Z, and then make my choices based on that. It's going to be some yes, it's going to be some no, but at the end of the day, this is asking yourself to take a bigger view of what your integrity is. What will you feel good about having created through your choices? Is it a series of random encounters, or is it something building to more meaningful, to a more meaningful element or a more meaningful structure to your life? I'm going to draw 2 more cards there because I feel like there's a little bit more story. Okay, I'm going to shuffle this. Now it's 3. Okay, 3 cards. Page of Air, 10 of water, fulfillment, Ace of Air. This is actually also about using a lot more manifesting energy, using your voice to call in the kind of social structure, social fulfillment that you want to have. Okay, I'm being asked to read this differently. Which way does it go then? So past, present, future, that's what we're doing. So in the past was calling in what you wanted, saying, I want this, I want that. The 10 of water is, it's here, okay? You've been answered, you've had the fulfillment come in. But now the ace of air is coming in as a new cycle of manifestation and a new cycle of leadership. So instead of just kind of enjoying what's coming in, now you're being asked to stand up and take leadership in it, make more decisions, direct the flow a little bit more instead of just, oh, it's here, it's so wonderful, really set out more deliberately. Okay. Nope, sorry, one more card. Thought that was it. 5 of air. The reason why this is really important is because there is an energy of selfishness outside of you that is perhaps impacting some of the decisions and some of the challenges you find yourself faced with. Okay, so this is not to think badly of the other person or to be down on them. It's about just being really in touch with what you want. They're going to perhaps ask more of you than what you want to give, or the situation is going to demand a little bit more of you than perhaps what you're able to give at the moment. But that's okay. You just need to make sure that you are really being true to yourself and true to your inner knowing about what's right for you. The 5 of air kind of calls you outside and has you responding to the outside, cut off from the inside. But this is a kind of a warning to take that little extra step to go inside and say, wait, is this really right for me? Okay. Now our last reading for today. And if you like this kind of style of reading, please let me know. I'm always wanting to try new things with this channel. And you guys have always given me awesome feedback in the past, and I appreciate anything you have to share with me right now as to things you'd like to see or different ideas. Happy to hear it. Okay, our last person. This is another, I'm not even going to call this a particular sign. This is a somber energy. This is a bit of someone in a state of deep internal reflection, internal self. You're really looking hard at yourself. This is an intense self-reflective energy right now. You may even be in a place of hermitage or being alone right now, and you're just really digging into the answers, but it's a serious kind of slow, not mentally slow, but like you're taking your time to really to be in this space right now. This is a deliberate energy. Okay, what is the message, please? It's funny. My guides are saying the words over and over, come out, come out, come out. And all of these cards are supporting that. We've got the Ace of Fire. She's bringing her fire to the city. She's coming from the wilderness to the city. We've also got the Page of Wands. So you're being called. Someone is calling you, asking for your help, or asking you to put yourself back in the world, put yourself back in contact. We also have the Council of Monarchs and the Knight of Fire. So there's a hesitation to act. There's a hesitation to put your passion forward. When these two cards are showing up, this isn't the time to hesitate, but hesitate is what's happening. You're being asked to come out, but it's like you need reasons to come out. You need a reason to put yourself. And it also feels like it's something you're incubating, perhaps a creative project or a big launch. you're waiting for more reasons. You're waiting for something else other than just that intuitive nudge that says it's time, it's time, it's time. This Council of Monarch is, it looks like it's raining on the parade. Let me clarify them. You know, it is time. It is time to come out. If I were using another deck, I would say this is the Knight of Pentacles card that just doesn't want to get moving. Okay, middle two for the Council of Monarchs. Nine of Earth, Ace of Water. So there's a desire to stay in comfort a little bit longer. There's a desire to stay in a place where you've been really happy to stay. But you also have this Ace of Water card. And I've had this deck for a while, and I just noticed the most beautiful image yesterday in this card. Can you see that there's actually a hand? There are two hands cupping this mermaid. And that's why her tail is up, is because it's kind of hard to see in this light. You can see why I missed it, but it's two hands holding this little soul right here. So you have the divine go-ahead. You have the go-ahead from the universe and from your guides saying, we'll help you this time. We're there for you. And again, you've got this person calling out saying, hey, I need what you have. I'm curious about what you have. Can you share it with me? You don't need to be afraid that you're going to burn out or that you're going to, step on the scene at the wrong time. This is the time to just put yourself there and know that what feels like really bold for you is not going to be perceived as pushy or overbearing. I almost feel like, I'm going to word that differently. I feel like this card is saying, actually, be bolder than you think you have to. Put yourself out stronger than you think you have to. If it's too much, we'll reel it back in. That's what this woman is learning how to do. She's got this snake with fire. And in this deck, snakes are power, learning how to use your power, learning how to focus and channel your power. So if you overshoot it, we'll reel it back in. You're comfortable with a little bit, just that little bit of opening, that little bit of fire, but let's go for it. Let's go and totally get this moving, totally shift this around. Just get yourself going, get yourself out there. Got another message, a 3-card message coming in. 7 of Earth, 8 of Water, 9 of Fire. Okay, you've stayed in this state too long. You've been I don't even have to say it because you know it, right? You know that you've held yourself here a little too long. That it's been time to move on. It's been time to change. It's been time to make this statement, but for some reason you've held back and you've resisted. The 7 of Earth is coming in as a just gentle little validation that this is time. This is the right time. Success is just around the corner. You don't have to be afraid. And don't you love how she's got red hair and we've got the fire, that fiery hair. So the hair is power. So you've got power at this moment. But in the past you've been holding back and you've not wanting to really release and let this out onto the world. Step forward. It is time to step forward. Okay, I think that'll do it for now. I will draw one more card just to close this whole reading. Okay, thank you guys for all your help today. Please close this reading. 4 of Air. So it's time to just sit back, reflect on this a little bit. Don't spend too long reflecting, but pull back to lighter so that this is all integrated. You feel rejuvenated, refreshed, and ready to start. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. And again, if you're interested, if maybe that couples thing wasn't for you, but you want some individual guidance on your soul path, very happy to help you with that. I have a couple different options and would be happy to discuss them with you. I do offer free consultations for that. So reach out to me and I'll see you soon.